We now have 2 non-expedition members in the party. 2 locals. Who just know shit and we don't get to know what they know. They're just keeping shit from us. There's clearly something up with Mael. They recognize it in addition to how the other people are recognizing it, but we don't know what it means. I'm wondering if Mael is like the reincarnation of the Paintress or something. The Grandis lived peaceful lives long before the Paintress emerged. The 3 great Grandis tribes were renowned for the artistry of their discourse. We too once had grand arenas, like the Gestrals, but within our arenas eloquence landed the killing blows. I still remember the excitement of the oratory games. Every 4 years the greatest minds came together to demonstrate their mastery over the spoken word. The debates were fierce and lengthy. I recall one bout that lasted 96 hours. Do you still hold these games? Not as they once were. For the 3 great Grandis tribes no longer exist. We are all that remain. But the games were not simply a competition between us. They were a celebration and a chance to come together. In that spirit we continue to honor. These days our debates are more humble in nature, but that allows a more intimate competitive environment. We have faced many challenges since the fracture, but our tradition lives on, in one form or another. One more time, just like Monaco showed us. Almost. Yeah, sweet, more like this. Oh, my achy bones. Yes, yes, you young folk have swayed my views. We have adopted the gestural way. Alas, though my mind is in agreement, my body is recalcitrant. Forgive these old bones. Let me try once more. Would you kindly descend from there? No. That's the arguing. The end. Oh, I got turned around. I should build a proper bridge one of these days. Oh god. Some think to fight back, to strike directly against the Nevrons in open battle. Though we are strangers to the mindset of war and outmatched in strength and numbers. We have the will, but have we the way? I don't know, but the only chance you have is if you stand together. In that, we agree. But do we stand and fight together, or do we retreat and flee together? Perhaps it is time to find a new home. Oh boy. Ooh, a new one.
Expedition 65, Aurelian. The Grandis have embraced us with such warmth and hope. What a balm for the soul to know that other beings survived. That we in Lumiere are not alone. It truly is a miracle. The Grandis retreated to higher ground after Nevrons overran their lands. It is bittersweet, but at least the most important parts of their civilization will survive. Their children. Fortunately for them, they do not appear affected by the Gommage the way we are. It is painful knowing our expedition has failed, but at least we can enjoy our final days among friends.
Damn. Learning that Lumiere is not alone. I wonder if you could have sent them to Lumiere as like an envoy to interact in some way. I am kind of taken aback by how there's just continually no information that ever gets back. Is it because of Lumiere's bubble? Is that the problem? Because Lumiere has like a barrier, right, to keep them safe? I'm not sure. I'm just like, there's knowing that there's so many sentient creatures, I'm like, couldn't somebody have transmitted information to Lumiere at some point about the fate of individual expeditions, but also just like any level of intel and knowledge ever? Like, people back home still didn't know these people were alive at all. Many challenges lie ahead for both your kind and ours. Please take this. It's a recoat. This pathway leads to the treacherous region of the mountains. If your destination is Old Lumiere, you should leave via the other exit. I can't remember a time when we weren't hiding from the Neverons. Feels like only yesterday to me. The perception of the passage of time for different ages. They get to have generations of people. They have old people, because the Gommage just doesn't affect them. Whatever the Gommage is. Yeah, particularly the Gestrals are seemingly immortal. It's like there's a series of different people that just aren't affected by the Gommage. Oh. That's an unfortunate camera angle that can just see under the grass. I was trying to look up at this crazy landscape with all the diagonal lines. That's wild. All of them are perfectly aligned. You never see something like that in real life, not even in like geology, because even though everything can be made of the same stuff locally, it'll always have deviations, folds in the earth and whatnot that really change things up. Greetings, expeditioners. Are you in search of your former home, Old Lumiere? I fear you're on the wrong path. Retrace your steps. There's so many reminders that this is not the way to the Old Lumiere. The cutscene told you, the guy inside and the guy outside the loading gate also all tell you. It's very funny to me. They really want to warn you that this is the optional side path, apparently. So Old Lumiere's up here, and this is like a whole ass dungeon, apparently. I was wondering about whether it was going to let me out into the overworld or just into a direct setting. So there's a whole ass region over here, and there's a thing I can get that'll let me unlock defense upgrades or something. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow. Huh. Does this go back to the previous? Oh, that's why there's this weird dead end. I was wondering what this dead end's purpose was. It was strange that there was just this little... It just went all the way here. There's like one item over there, but like it went all the way over here and there was nothing attached. It feels like it's the Rainbow Bridge. The Bifrost. I remember Norse mythology in college. Oh man, flashbacks to when I was fucking, I was reading actually it was unfortunately Neil Gaiman's adaptation of Norse mythology during my God of War playthrough, because I thought I'm gonna do my homework and I'll have helpful insights to provide. Because I took Norse mythology in college, but I wanted to like refresh it, so I was reading a book that was a recap of a lot of it that was done by a fantasy author, so it was like more readable and more of a page turner, so it's just nicer in that way. And people were yelling at me in the comments because I was spoiling it. And I'm like, spoiling Norse mythology? What are you talking about? The point of God of War doing Norse mythology in the reboot is based on the idea that you potentially understand Norse mythology, and it's making adaptational decisions, and it's in conversation with that. If you don't know anything about Norse mythology at all, viewing the idea of reading Norse mythology as spoilers was insane to me. Especially since, like, I won't say what it is, but like by the end, like the kind of like reveal that happens by the end of the game, frankly, is kind of illegible and doesn't even work as a reveal to me unless you know Norse mythology. In a vacuum, it's barely comprehensible. So I was like, what? Those are weird reactions. The audience is so weird all the time. So what's your deal? Mostly familiar. Oh yeah, we fought them before. I've only fought you in the context of that sort of tutorial fight. Is that a weak spot? I'm not sure what weak spots are anymore. Are they just rare now? Oh, he died. So much for marking. So it's balanced. So Chalier combo benefits from that, but it's too expensive. But my normal attack might be really strong. Not that strong. Did I check his weapon level, actually? I don't remember. 6 hits and made strong by balance. Interrupted if failed? Does that just mean the QTE? So just don't mess up the QTE or it stops, I guess. This foot allows Monaco to use a new skill. Oh. Oh god. 2 new ones. I definitely have incentive to fight a lot more enemies now, if I'm gonna farm skills actively. Let's see. Ramasiur Bonk deals low single target dark damage. One hit can break. Agile Mask feels 20% of the target's break bar. Neat. Cultist Blood deals medium dark damage to all enemies 3 hits. Sacrifice 90% of health to increase its damage. Heavy Mask increased damage. I don't know if I'm crazy about that one. I don't know if I'm crazy about losing all my health. His weapon is level 9, so I don't have to upgrade it anymore to get to that level at least, but some of these people are just stronger. Did her weapon get auto-upgraded by me finding something or whatever? I swear I don't have the resources to actually make a level 13 weapon, right? I think that happened at me, which is a bit of a surprise, honestly. I meant to hit S key, and I accidentally camped. Oh, I can talk to you, though.
Is Golgra still mad at me?
What do you think?
Well, Golgra helped Noko start his merchant shop.
Yeah, but defying Golgra wasn't Noko's idea, was it?
Noko would have done the same for me.
Noko would have got Golgra on his side first.
Bah. It's been 10 years. Golgra needs to get over it. I see you got stronger.
Well, I didn't spend the last few years hiding in the mountains.
The mountain where a Pelerin cut you in half and you cried for my help?
Yeah, the mountain where a Stalak stomped you and I had to evacuate you.
You want to fight?
Well, unlike Jestrels, I need sleep, so I'll pass.
Coward.
Have you seen how weak you are now? I'd beat you blindfolded.
In the mountains, I have learned inner peace. These petty provocations do not work on me anymore.
I've missed our little excursions. Yeah, you do too, I know.
Remember our first battle against the duelist?
Sure do. We got our asses kicked pretty hard.
And this one time we tried to swim to the Red Tree Island and you got eaten by that snake?
Oh yeah, it turns out living inside a snake's belly is possible when you're immortal. Carving my way out was a nightmare though. Remember that time you got stuck under a building for a year?
And you thought I went back to the village, so you abandoned me. Good times. Oh, and remember when...
Monaco and Verso fall back into the familiar pattern of the camaraderie. It's funny to me that they start at level 0 when he clearly already has an entire relationship with Monaco and Eski. It's like Eski and Monaco have the same level of relationship with Verso as CL. Technically right now. It's like, that doesn't make any sense.
Good times indeed.
They spend a bit more time bragging before going back to the others. That does remind me I should go back to the village at some point to defeat their leader and see if I can yet. I've done harder things by now. Probably.
What present?
Oh, you get my present? I think something... I accidentally skipped it, but I'm like, wait, I'm supposed to read these out loud when I'm not during those cutscenes because I have time. The one I left you in your hut. I took a special detour through ancient sanctuary just for you.
I got your note about, but I didn't see a present. What was it?
You'll just have to wait and find out, but it's super cool.
Silly patat. Thanks. How's my favorite patat?
How's my favorite not a patat? Oh, I'm still your favorite, am I?
Oh, I'm still your favorite, am I? Because you've taken a real shine to my L. Fair enough. So tell me, patat to not a patat. Why are you tagging along? Really?
What do you mean? If I'm gonna be the greatest merchant of all time, then I need to find some treasure.
I don't believe you. Don't tell Monoko I said this, but you were and still are the greatest searcher of all time. And you know there are more lost Gestrels out there. Why be a merchant? Why go to old Lumiere?
Meh.
Meh.
Lots of other searchers now. Just because I'm the greatest of all time doesn't mean I want to do it forever.
No.
You know this. Forever the same sucks.
It's not always bad.
Wait until you're my age, then we'll talk.
All right, all right.
Besides, I need to keep Monaco out of trouble.
Monaco's all grown up now. And it's your turn to be the patat. So eloquent.
Animation freaked out a little bit. On one hand, I want to go back and go fight their leader. On the other hand, I'm like, how much of a pain is it to get back there? Do I have to go through the entire, like, front gate zone again? I don't know if there's a light bridge that takes me past there. 3 out of 9. Don't know how many gestrels there are. I'm gonna do it, there's 9. But I don't know if I've missed any or not. Let's see how we doing. Oh, I can upgrade some people's things. Maybe give them access to the level 10 skill. I don't know if it's worth it doing it for Monokaro, because I don't know if I want to use this weapon. Already level 10. Everyone's weapon already is past level 10 otherwise. Okay. It's going to be a bit more expensive getting higher. There, I upgraded both of theirs. He's got some catching up to do. He's a little low-level baby. Oh, I gotta equip skills on him. I did equip Pictos, but not Lumina's. Lifestealing base attack. It's not very strong though. That's a lot of points to spend for not that much result. I wonder how many more bonuses I can apply to attack. Empowering attack. Gain powerful on attack. Roulette. That might be all of the ones that say on attack. Increased break damage. Increased counter damage. That makes sense. Sure. Oh, you have enough that you might be able to buy something. Not crazy about the options necessarily. I'll let that one sit. He doesn't have Pictos. I didn't equip new Pictos after I took off the ones for Lone Wolfing because I wanted to equip the other guys first. Shields on low health is neat. Only once per battle though. Still fairly strong. Cost 10. See, this is the one that bothers me. Deals 50% damage if your health is below 10. I'm like, that's never going to trigger. Ever. Like, how do you get specifically below 10% health in a game where people can basically one-shot you on a regular basis? Like, that's such a specific place to land. It's like, it just seems like a bad idea to equip a thing that's based around that premise. And yeah, like more damage if exhausted. I'm like, how often do you get exhausted? Maybe you can maybe have like a self-exhausting build somehow, but I don't know how to get there. Killing an enemy gives you half your health. It's kind of wild. Huh. And once again, like, do I... These are all about getting APs at the time. Like, do I go back to trying to learn every skill I can? Probably. I don't like this system. I keep saying it, but I'm just like, this is so tedious to try to learn them all so that your other people can all be able to equip them permanently. But it's like, it's the perfect overlap of being a pain in the ass, but also very powerful. So, like, you need to do it. You need to tinker with these menus for 500 years. Huh. Why'd they do this? Why is this screen like this? It made sense to me before when we only had the 4 people, but now we have Monalco. And he's just in front of SKA? Why isn't SKA, like, over there in that big empty space on the left? Why is he standing directly in front of him? I don't know why would they do that? I don't understand.
Monoko seems fun.
Oh, yeah.
Bet you guys got up to lots of trouble together.
That obvious, huh?
You guys getting us into more trouble now?
An appropriate amount of trouble.
I've spent some time with Gestrals. I'm not sure we had the same definition of appropriate.
Ah, let me guess. You've been to one of their arenas?
Reigning champion. Naturally.
Naturally.
Feet? Really?
Don't worry. He's not interested in human feet.
And the bell?
A gift from the Grandis.
amazing. I wonder if we can achieve something similar.
I'll stick to my swords. I'm not too keen on turning into a Nevron.
If we combine this with Pictos, could we selectively use Nevron abilities in battle?
Okay, you seem busy. I'll come back later.
Verso approaches Luna. You can see that she wants to ask him more questions.
I've been wondering, why stay on the continent alone? Why not return to Lumiere?
I did. I went back. Helped with the rebuild. After the fracture, we didn't have anything. Food, shelter. None of it.
Things must have been chaotic then.
Nothing like the end of the world to bring out the best and worst in us. I almost miss those times. You know the dome shield? My father and I helped build that.
Oh. Why'd you leave then?
Those early expeditions, they were search and rescue. We didn't know about the Paintress then. We just wanted to find our loved ones, like my mother.
I see. But this time, you didn't go back.
People didn't trust me. Guess I'm hard to trust.
Perhaps.
Guess they thought I knew more than I did. Halfway to the monolith, I was betrayed. Barely escaped. Kind of killed my interest in returning home. What about you? Do you miss home?
I spent my whole life studying the Paintress and the monolith. This is where I need to be.
What a long-winded way to avoid answering the question.
Yes, there are things I miss.
You paint such a vibrant picture.
If you must know what I really miss of viennoiserie.
Oh, good answer. I miss those too. What?
I enjoyed this conversation.
High praise.
Luna feels more relaxed in Verso's presence. She appreciates that Verso has shared actual, useful information. That is interesting. So he helped build the shield that protects Lumiere. But also, I spent some time thinking of that. I'm like, that's interesting. It's true. In the first expeditions, they wouldn't know about the Paintress necessarily. They might have seen her because she seems to be visible. I don't know how the Paintress is visible. I don't really understand what's happening on a regular basis. But like, they just look across the coastline. There seemed to be just a clean shot where you could just look out from Lumiere across the ocean, and just right across the bay was the Paintress and the number. But now there's a giant JRPG landscape between us and there. And it looks like there's no clean lines of sight that could have made that possible. I assume they just cheated, like, in that scene to make the scene work, and we're just supposed to not think too much about it. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's even an explanation for what's going on. But like, she's on the other side of a whole map, a whole JRPG map. So like, how did we see her then? But assuming they can see the Paintress, even if they saw a number, they wouldn't necessarily know what it meant, because so few people are 100 years old. And if there was already an apocalypse of some sort, I get the feeling that a lot of the people that are of significant age might not have made it in the first place. Because some people are like 99 years old, but rarely. And they're not in the best condition to deal with whatever the shattering was like, the fracture was like. That's interesting, hearing about how like the original expeditions were actually search and rescue, is people trying to go back into the rest of France every year in order to see if they could find anyone that was missing. They didn't have the goal of defeating the Paintress because nobody was getting gommaged, or maybe like one person a year. Maybe there might like extremely rare incidences of like freakish things of like this old person turned into the petals. What the fuck does that mean? And you just being confused by that maybe. Like, and at some point you might be like, I don't know, man. There's freak accidents happening, but the Eiffel Tower looks like that now. So, and this part of the city got split off. Like, who knows what's going on? It's sad that happened. Maybe they died of natural causes, but that's what happens sometimes when they do that. Like, it wouldn't be a widespread thing. Whereas once you got a couple decades later, when it starts taking out people that are like in their 70s. 20 years later, you'd be gommaging people in their 70s who themselves were in their 50s when the gommage started happening. So that those people were in their 50s during the actual apocalypse, which is a very possible, very reasonable age to be alive through an apocalypse, especially since they were just in a city afterwards, seemingly. That's when you, like, between, probably even a decade sooner than that, honestly. But just seeing how quickly those numbers sneak up on each other. Like, in one decade, you'd be taking out people in their 60s who were in their... Did I do the math wrong in the previous thing? No, wait, 80s. Yeah. You'd be a decade after that started, you'd be people in their 80s would be getting turned into petals, and those people were in their 70s when it started. And like, so like it rapidly crunches. And at some point you're like, okay, an entire group of people disappeared. They're all the same age. What the fuck's happening? So, and it would keep escalating until this current thing where just like an insane crowd of people all vanish at once. I'm thinking about that one douchebag that was like, I could never be putting pictos on my skin. What a violation. And I'm just thinking about how like he and everyone he was judging probably all died in that scene. And I'm like, you spent your last moments judging people for having picto on their body when all of you were about to disintegrate. You all are gonna die at the age of 33. Like, is that what a bizarre standard to have? Like, people would probably be way more reckless with body modification if you know that you're not going to grow old ever. Period. Luna becomes lost in thought, reflecting on the information Verso has shared. Me too. Verso feels ignored and goes back to the others.
Grandis is so gentle. Who's going to protect them while Monoko's gone?
They can take care of themselves.
Really?
They've got their bells. Don't worry.
What do the bells do?
Ringing the bells makes the Nevrons flee. Although, it only works on Nevrons with ears, so not every Nevron.
Well, now I'm worried.
Yeah. Actually, me too. Throwing rocks again?
Mm-hmm. You should try.
Eskia would be horrified that we're throwing stones into the lake.
Or he'd be super happy because we're sending them soaring on fun little adventures.
Oh, so they're like little rock expeditioners.
Exactly.
Would that make you Lumiere then?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm launching them on their journey and watching them from afar. Stone after stone after stone, knowing they'll never come back.
Poetic, but kind of depressing for a 16-year-old.
Well, reality's depressing.
Is that what you're writing in your notebook all the time? Depressing poetry.
It's not all depressing. Why, what do you write about? You don't seem like a sunshine and rainbows type.
Mostly poetic insults to use on Monoko. I'm currently comparing him to the backside of an owl. Actually, writing is cathartic for me. It helps. Getting the thoughts out of my head and onto the paper. Giving shape to my feelings.
Can I see?
Do I get to read yours?
Mine's kind of personal.
Well, so is mine.
Yeah, but I bet you secretly want people to read it.
Okay, fine. I'll let you read mine, if I get to read yours.
Okay, deal.
Be kind, though.
Yeah, I can't promise that.
Boom. I wish friendships were this easy in real life. I don't even get any RPG feedback when I talk to people at all. Mael and Verso spent some time together. Mael proves to be extremely critical of Verso's writing. They go back to the others after Mael is done teasing Verso. Without fail, even when the scene was perfectly fine, the little description afterwards makes me then be like, no, show me that scene, stop skipping it. I want to see that interaction, sorry.
Okay. Momo is Momo, and Nono is Nono.
Uh-huh.
Then we've got Lulu, Mai, and Sissy.
I don't think they'll like that.
So you're admitting that the elemental sorcerer in all black that has a cold demeanor is Lulu.
You sure you don't want to be Verver?
Positive.
Verso approaches SK, who stares.
That armband looks nice.
Yeah, I guess it's official. We're part of the disaster expedition now.
Yeah, I guess it's official. We're part of the disaster expedition now. Are you jealous?
I'm doing all the hard work. Where's my armband?
So, you want an armband too?
Maybe.
You barely have arms.
Not true. Anyway, I want a headband.
Your head is humongous. You're gonna need so much cloth.
I have a big brain.
All right, Monsieur Big Brain. I'll see what I can do.
I was about to say, this feels like the meme about, like, would a dog wear jeans like this or like this? I'm like, where do you put the headband? I was like, first of all, I keep wondering, I can't tell if SKA's head is in the mask or if it's the entire bulk behind the mask and they're just wearing an adorable little mask in the front of their face. Because there's some, it might be that their whole head is the mask. I think they're just made of cloth and air. I think they're just like a weird being. There's like something artificial feeling about these characters, along with the gesturals and so on. Something's up with them. It's probably uniquely the only kind of life that can survive the Gommage is these creatures, but I haven't been able to make sense of it entirely. I keep thinking, and probably because just me liking cool monsters all the time, I keep imagining that he's like this giant, like, Garank style figure, like the werewolf monster in the cleric robes from Elden Ring. I keep thinking that he's a giant creature under the robes, and that's his big head right there. That like most of the screen right now is his head basically, and that's the top of his head is what looks like his back up top. Like I think that's I keep thinking that's all his head, and then just on the tip of his nose, he's wearing a dumb little mask on the outside of his robe, and that like is the little human face he presents to people because he's actually a big crazy monster. And I prefer to believe that because I like big monsters, but he might just be an empty-ish thing or like a stuffed animal almost texture. I don't know if there's anything inside. I don't know what he is. I don't know what to think about it. And so I keep not being able to tell if the head is his mask or not. So then I was thinking of the dog meme because I was like, where do you put the headband? Is it going to go like around the back of his entire body or something? Or would you loop it? My two options that came to mind were you loop it around the entire top of his body all the way around, or you just kind of put it around the rim of his mask. But he found this adorable solution apparently.
You better not lose this like your stones.
I shall treasure this forever.
SK is even more excited than usual. Verso's given SK the greatest gift ever. SK is overcome with emotion. I like having autoplay turned on. Level 3 already. I like having autoplay turned on, but we don't have the Final Fantasy 14 setting where autoplay applies only to voice acting, so it'll then try to skip the text. I'm like, no, I have to read that. SK dances around with his armband for a bit before they return to the others. Headband, excuse me. Ah, SK doesn't have a gender, do they? Has it always been they? Boop. I've talked to everyone now, and also leveled and stuff. Probably good. Mael stares at the stars. Ciel appears next to Mael. They spend a moment in silence, both staring at the sky.
Can you teach me to fight better?
Better?
That white-haired bastard hit us before we even knew he was there. I want to return the favor. And you're the best fighter I know.
High praise.
You know they'll be back. I want to get them before they can get us.
Emotions are powerful. You have to make sure they work with you, not against you.
I know.
Okay. First lesson. Sounds obvious, but you need to see. Really see. Your eyes will tell you the truth, but your brain can lie.
What do you mean?
Emotion can mess with your perceptions. Make you miss important details on the field. Fixate on the wrong thing. Or see what you want to see.
Okay.
You need to see things as they are, not how you think they are. See your target so you can understand your target. How they move, how they think, how they react. So you can anticipate and adjust. On the field, it's just you, your weapon, and your enemy. And you need to understand all three. Everyone has blind spots, so every day you ask yourself, what's yours? What's theirs? Do you know?
Thought this would be more of a technique lesson.
Mael and Ciel spend time together. We have a lot of new scenes, damn.
You see, there was a stalact and I smashed it, utterly destroyed it. I did it in 2 attacks, plenty of damage. There was nothing left. And then there was a giant Pellerin that attacked. It was tough, but I defeated it, no problem.
Pellerins are weak. I could have done that blindfolded.
This expedition is gloomy.
Yeah. They lost a lot of friends, and they just buried another. Grieving takes time.
How about a little Verso magic to lighten the mood?
You mean the one that hurts like hell?
Yes, I mean the one that hurts like hell.
All right, I'll do it.
Part of the fire was frozen.
Hi.
Not now, please. I'm working.
Hi.
Oh, Verso, there you are. How did... Oh! Fuck! Oh my... Wow!
What is that?
Hi. I'm a pair of legs that can talk.
Verso?
We're both Verso.
You are so ridiculous.
Wait. How can your legs talk?
Ah, yes, I'm quite proud of that. Took a lot of training.
Does it? Does it hurt?
No, it doesn't.
Did you cut yourself in half? Did Monoko cut you in half?
Do you heal from the top or the bottom? Or do you have to bring the halves together? Hey, can you control the process?
So, if you're cut in half, does that mean you can be in two places at once? Can you go scouting with Monoko with your lower body, while your upper body stays here and talks to us?
Well, yeah, you see, I can go hunt Nevrons with my top half, while my bottom remains here cooking meals. Back in the days, that's what we used to do.
Can I... Are you...
Yeah, my hair is...
All that pain just to put a smile on their faces. Verso, aren't you getting too attached?
What? All that... What the fuck? Was he actually cut in half or was it an illusion? It said all that pain. I thought it was just a trick. Because what the fuck? Let's write in the journal. He spent some time writing in Gustav's journal to honor his memory. She writes about their encounter with Monoko and how exciting it is to travel with a Gestrel. Remember your current objectives. Is the work of cowards. I'm here to climb the ice mountain and gain optional thingums. I do want to go back and beat what's her name, but it sounds like a pain in the ass. I think I'll do it after I gain the ability to go through Coral, because then otherwise I have to run through this whole zone again in addition to everything else I have to do, and that part in particular is annoying to me. Whereas once I have the ability to go through Coral, I can just swim through here and then drop out here, go to the village. Like, it wouldn't take forever, but it kind of might take a forever, actually. That was not a very small zone. It's just like an extra level of backtracking that is annoying. Whereas, like, I want a series of bifrosts and swimming to be my way to get all the way back there, since it was so far. Anything under here? No. Is this hot snow, I guess? It's just like a thing that happens around here? Is it supposed to look like snow or like meteorites or something? It definitely looks like it's hot, which is not what you expect to be associated with all the cold here. It doesn't even necessarily look like it's melting the surrounding ice, but like the stalactite thingy, the stalac was it was a hot monster. Phrasing.